A very good morning to you. That place that is being visited by the Deputy President bears a very interesting connection to Mama Charlotte Maxeke, because on the one hand, some suggest that she was born in the Eastern Cape, but the others are saying that she actually may have been born in Limpopo, and that's the area exactly where you are, in Ramakgopa.
Absolutely, Xoli. We are in Ramakgopa, and that history and that debate about whether or not she was born here, I think the guest that I have right now, Nomvula Mokonyane, can actually touch on that. A very good morning to you. As we stand here in this village, and Xoli was just talking about the fact that some say she was born in the Eastern Cape, some may say she was born here. The significance of coming here to the Ramakgopa Traditional Council as you begin the program of the Deputy President. Tell us why this is important.
Good morning and morning to the viewers. Yes, this is the home of Charlotte Maxeke. Of course, the historians and the documents indicate that Fort Beaufort is the place of birth, but her home is actually here, Ramakgopa. We've just been to the house, and the Deputy President will start his program in a few minutes' time, firstly by coming to pay respects to the tribal authority, and then we'll be moving to the AME church that she founded and she built in the area. And from there, thereafter, there will be an unveiling of the plaque. It is quite important to follow the entire footprint of Mama Charlotte Maxeke and ensure that throughout the year we raise awareness about the woman of fortitude that she was.
Yes, and when you look at her activism and her role in the church as well, it's important for you as the African National Congress to reflect that, I suppose, because you also have your roots in the church as an organization.
Indeed, her rootedness into the church and the church community resonates very well with the founding of the ANC, and noting as well that she was the only female delegate in Windhoek at the founding conference of the African National Congress. And of course, because we are a unitary state and we respect diversity in terms of religion, it's quite important also to appreciate that even though there are very serious setbacks about the role of women in the church community, Charlotte Maxeke was one of the outstanding women in her own church.
When you look at the role played by women in the ANC, this is something that continuously comes up every time you go to a conference in terms of women being represented in the leadership. Do you think you're faring well in terms of actually this zebra approach that you have?
We're not doing well because when nomination starts and selection happens, women are being put, but in the course of the term of office, women are removed. We've seen what is happening in local government as we speak. Many of the people who are reshuffled are women mayors, women speakers, women MMCs. What is of importance is that we need to move beyond the zebra arrangement, but allow women to contest in their own right and also be affirmed in terms of their capability and the potential they have.
Well, thank you very much. That's the head of organizing, Xoli, for the ANC. And as we were speaking, the Deputy President of the ANC, David Mabuza, has just arrived here in the Ramakgopa village here in Limpopo, where he will start off then by handing over a cow to the traditional council here. And then they will move to the home of Mayor Charlotte Maxeke, where a plaque will be unveiled, and then there will also then be a blousing ceremony done by the ANC Women's League here at the church. You would have known that Mayor Charlotte Maxeke was a woman of the church, and you would have heard Nomvula speaking then about the role of Maxeke in the church. There's David Mabuza, the Deputy President, being welcomed by ANC Provincial Secretary Soviet Lihanyane. There's Togo Didiza, a member of the NEC, and other leaders of the Limpopo ANC here this morning. This forms part of the larger program of the African National Congress taking place across the country this morning. The president is in Fort Beaufort, where there is that discussion that Mayor Charlotte Maxeke was born there, but this village of Ramokgopa is also her home. We know that Secretary General Ace Magashule is also in Soweto, and there are also plans in KwaZulu-Natal where Treasurer General Paul Mashatile is also conducting the 150-year celebrations of Mayor Charlotte Maxeke. So there you have it. There stand Matabata Koli, who's also here to welcome the Deputy President for this morning's program.
Right. Ziyanda Ngcobo, let's leave it there with you for the time being as that picture to Ziyanda Ngcobo freezes, and we are going to be keeping tabs with all our reporters who are fanning out throughout the country to look at the activities that are being conducted by the ANC leaders as they mark what would have been 150 years of Charlotte Maxeke alive, had she been alive. Well, let's take a short breather. When we return, we're going to focus on issues plaguing women in South Africa, seeing that we are marking the birth date of the struggle stalwart of the African National Congress, Mama Charlotte Maxeke.